Can you just set up a company in Dubai and pay no tax? This is a question that we're getting asked on a daily basis. So as you've probably seen if you follow me on the channel or on other social medias, that appears to be what I've done in terms of just set up a company in Dubai and no longer pay any tax. And for the most part, this is true, but it's because of a couple of different factors that I'm going to run through in this video. But before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button to make sure that you do not miss out on the incredible content that we're posting on a weekly basis. So the first thing to talk about here really is this video is primarily aimed at people in the UK and looking at lower tax jurisdictions such as Dubai, because Dubai is the hotspot at the minute. There are a number of reasons for this, and mostly it's because it's quite accessible, as in it's quite cheap to set up a company here, get a residency permit here in Dubai compared to other tax havens which are typically a lot more expensive, and the lifestyle that Dubai offers in terms of schooling, infrastructure, the quality of life here, just how safe it is compared to some other tax havens as well, you know, Belize, Panama, places like that. You know, it's a no-brainer. You're going to want to be located in Dubai rather than somewhere like that, and as a result Dubai has absolutely blown up over recent years and shows no signs of slowing down. So what are the advantages to setting up here in Dubai compared to the UK? We're talking from a tax point of view here. So taxes in the UK, let's look at a company. So a company in the UK will actually be paying up to 26.5% corporation tax from now onwards. Actually, that's the marginal relief calculations before anybody in the comments says, well, actually it's 25% in 19. Look it up, you can actually pay 26.5% on profits between 50 and 250,000. There's another video on that on the channel. So up to 26.5% tax. And in Dubai, for most people doing business here, there's absolutely 0% corporate tax. So, you know, you can do the numbers there. If you're doing a couple of 100,000, the tax savings alone can be phenomenal. And also when you base your personal tax residency here as well, you don't usually pay tax on dividends, salaries, interest income, and a whole lot more. So actually when you look at a typical owner-managed business, somebody like yourself, somebody like myself, actually what can be saved by just basing your tax residency on a personal level out in Dubai is significant and should certainly be explored just because of the wealth building potential it can have. So what a lot of people do is they either continue working as hard as they have and double the quality of their life, or they start to build assets, because you can use those tax savings to start buying property in the UK still, and as a result really compound your wealth at a much greater rate than you ever could if you was in the UK, because you're constantly giving 50% or so in most cases of your hard-earned income, your business profits, over to the taxman. So what exactly is the difference between a personal tax residency and a corporate tax residency? Well, from a personal tax point of view, this is where you're personally based, usually for the majority of the year. So if you're a UK taxpayer, it really means that you can't spend a significant amount of time in the UK. For most people, it's less than 90 days a year. But on a company level, it's actually where your company is based. And we're going to run through exactly more on this so that you fully understand and you can see why you can't just set up a company out in Dubai but continue living in the UK. So your personal tax residency, which is where you basically spend most of the year, effectively it's usually done on a days or midnight basis, and where you are for a number of days at midnight throughout the tax year. On a company level, so it's actually where that company is based, incorporated, controlled, or looking at this basically, if you look at the tax treaties, if there's a tiebreaker clause. So what actually determines the residency of a company? And broadly, from a HMRC point of view, it's deemed to be the place of central management and control. And this means where the big board decisions are made, where the company is actually run from, and where the decisions are made. So if you're basically approving a new product line, if you're buying a property, if you're looking at all of these factors, all of the decisions that you would typically make as a business in order to run and grow that business, where are those decisions being made? Are they in Dubai or are they in UK? So this basically leads on to the dilemma that people have as to where they just set up a company in Dubai but continue to actually run the company from the UK. Because what will happen here is, although the company is incorporated in Dubai, HMRC, because the place of central management and control is in the UK, they will look to tax that company to corporation tax as well. So for most people, you can't just set up a company in Dubai and move money over, have it tax-free, because if you're a UK resident, it's going to be difficult for you to prove that the place of central management and control isn't in the UK, because after all, if all of the directors are UK resident, and as a result spend enough time in the UK to be UK resident, how can that company possibly be run from overseas when there's that basic mismatch between your personal tax residency and your basic Dubai or UAE corporate residency? So what you need to do is, if you do want to prove that your company is run from Dubai, is you do have to actually run it from Dubai. All of the board meetings, all the day-to-day decision making, basically in the long and short that you do have to fully move to Dubai in order to get that benefit. You need to spend enough time in Dubai to show that you are physically running the company from there. Ideally, you have UAE resident directors, so you can look at nominee directors in some circumstances, depending on the specific activities of the company. But for the most part, you can't just do this to avoid tax, end of the day, or evade tax, I would say, because you can do it to avoid tax. And everyone knows the difference between evasion and avoidance, and it's the thickness of a prison wall. Because avoidance is legal and it's the taxpayer's right to do so, but evasion is illegal and will land you in jail. So what you need to do here is you do need to have basically a commercial rationale and actually be based out here in Dubai to fully make the most of this opportunity, and to ensure that if HMRC do look into your corporate affairs and question the residency of your company, you can prove to them quite rightly that it is actually centrally managed and controlled from Dubai, and as a result it's only subject to tax here in Dubai at 0%. So there we have it, guys. Unfortunately, you can't have your cake and eat it in this situation. If you could just set up a company in Dubai, you pretty much have to be Dubai personally tax resident as well in order to ensure that the corporate residency of that company is out here in Dubai where there's no tax. That said, if you do want to be tax efficient and really do build your wealth, definitely food for thought in terms of making all of your tax residencies out in Dubai personally and on a corporate level, because that's where I have the biggest success and that's where all of our clients have the biggest success as well. Being able to take dividends, interest income, salary, profits from companies, all completely tax free because they're based their entities out here. A lot of our clients spend 6 months here in the UAE, the best months when the UK is cold, wet and miserable, another 3 months in the UK, which you can do so without being tax resident in the most part, and then 3 months travelling, holidays, Thailand, America, Europe. And this is a great way to split your tax year in terms of making sure that your tax residency is out here in Dubai at 0%, and also gives you a great lifestyle that of course can be partially met through the tax savings as a result of paying pretty much minimal taxes internationally. If you found this video useful, please do give it a big thumbs up and also smash that subscribe button so you see as soon as we post fresh tax saving, wealth building content. Bye for now.